has responsibility for giving information on matters related to police investigations and so forth. We're going to join her in just a moment. We're going to join Stephanie Lindsay because I've asked for the developments concerning a video being circulated on social media of a man seemingly standing on the face of a woman who is down on the ground. The woman was at the time wearing what looks to be a white uniform, and the woman is said to be a nurse by a number of individuals. We're trying to get the official confirmation from the police as to the details surrounding this particular incident. Something has come to hand which purports to be a release from the Jamaica Constabulary Force, and we're just waiting to get this from the police. I understand that there is a decision of the court that is to be handed down sometime this morning in the Constitutional Court. I'm just trying to get some more information and see if the Court Administration Division will advise whether it is to be streamed live. I don't have that yet, but I'm understanding it is to come. Stephanie Lindsay, we're trying to reach your SSP. Really need to get you as soon as possible on this matter, on which we understand there has been a development. And we do have On the Pulse with Public Health coming up. So SSP Lindsay, please let us talk with you before 10:30. All right, in the meantime, let me take 7615. Morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, how are you?
I'm not too good,
Who is this?
This is the same Carlton, man.
Okay. Yes, Carlton. Thank you.
Yeah, me see we have a serious problem in the eastern part of Portland. That is in Machineel.
Don't move, Carlton.
Yeah.
Don't move. Let's just take SSP Stephanie Lindsay. SSP Lindsay, so good to have you.
Hi, good morning, and good morning to your listeners.
Thank you so much. We call you for an update on a video we've seen on social media. One, have you seen it? And from your understanding, is the representation in the video accurate?
All right. So, of course, I can tell you that the incident happened Tuesday evening, sometime after 7, and the person was identified, and he's currently in police custody. He was picked up on Wednesday. So the matter is currently under investigation. So we can't delve much into it, but we are aware of it.
Where exactly on the road did this take place?
It's in the St. Andrew area, the Mount Friendship main road. The incident happened.
Right. And the lady who we saw wearing a white uniform, do you know anything about her? Is she really a nurse?
Yeah, yes, she's a nurse. She's a nurse. And when we look at the whole video and everything, we really condemn that kind of action. We know in terms of the outcome, the matter will go before the court, but
yes,
we strongly deny any kind of violence against another human being. What we saw there is just unacceptable. So we are investigating the matter.
Yes.
The gentleman is in custody. He will be charged for the matter in relation to the matter.
Right. Do you know if the nurse was known to this man before?
Well, I didn't get too much into the investigation with the person, but I never got that when I spoke with the commanding officer.
Yes.
It just sounded like a situation that just went got out of hand.
Is it that the police, is it that you've also watched the images that we have seen, or are images separately captured on your Jamaica Eye system at all?
Well, the matter was reported to the police because it happened as well. We saw the video yesterday. So by the time the video went viral, the police already had the gentleman in custody.
Okay.
He was already in custody, but of course, we will look at the video as well. Versus, I don't know if what was shared because I came out on the Observer was where we first saw it. So I don't know if the person who shared it with them shared it with the police as well. But we have seen the video.
Right. And are you therefore asking for the maker of that video to also come forward to give a statement to the police, perhaps?
So usually when we have those, we see those videos, for it to reach a certain level in terms of the evidence, there's a process that the investigators usually use to get persons. I mean, it was done in public view, so there are persons who saw what happened.
Yes.
So the police we have witnesses. There are sufficient information that they have, and I know that it's a set of seasoned investigators. As a matter of fact, it's the Criminal Investigation Department of the St. Andrew North Division that's leading on the investigation. So I know that the investigators are very skilled and will ensure that this lady gets justice and that the matter is ventilated in court.
Right.
Because what we saw there is really unacceptable.
Did the lady herself make a report to the police?
Yes.
Do you know how she is at the moment?
I spoke with the commanding officer, and he said that they called to talk to her, but they spoke with a relative.
Yes.
And they will actually be, visiting her just to check on her. It's part of what we do from our community safety and security standpoint.
Right.
We lend support to victims of violent crime. So he said he will personally be visiting the family just to speak with them.
Right. And I'm sure JCF will put out a statement so we can hear exactly what physical harm she suffered, if any, as a result of what we saw in the video.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. So the investigators first can be rest assured that a proper case will be presented to the court based on what transpired.
Yeah. So this is Tuesday at about 7 p.m. St. Andrew, you said. Mount what? Where you said it took place, SSP? Mount where? SSP Lindsay? All right, I'm not hearing her now. I'm sure she'll just let us know the exact area. She did mention it to me. I just want it for accuracy. So, yeah, the police, they have the person in custody. You heard from SSP even before the video went viral. The man was already in custody. This is the hotline. Carlton, we're going to call you back. This is Carlton holding, I think. Carlton?
Hello, Mr. Shields.
Yes, thank you. I have 2 minutes with you. What you say happened?
Yeah, Mr. Shields, we have a burning issue, see, in an area near Manchini, that is in East Portland.
Yes.
Yeah, Darlingport Housing Scheme, Fort Barrock, Tanshore. We have a serious water problem. We don't have no water in some of the area, them over 5 years now, no water not coming in some like that. And them a send bill. The wife get a bill for $120,000. And she not get no water over 5 years now. Yeah. Over 5 years now, we not get no water. So we need to know what water commissioner do. You have one place named Barracks. Water come up there about few Monday nights ago. And it gone again. Down a Ray Bridge, no water over some 5 years now. Everybody have to take it to the spring. They chuck water, jug water upon it, and when I come on the area where it go around and you have to call him and carry water come sell you have to pay all $4,000 to fill up 2 little pan. Then there's something they can't work machines.
No.
And you have representative.
Well, I don't know. What have you gone to NWC to find out what is the problem?
Yeah, we call them all the while.
What them say?
Well, they must one time years you have through the drought and whatever. But the problem is machine. I can tell you what I think is the problem. We also have a reservoir and a place named Reach Road. A reservoir was there. That reservoir abandoned more than about 10 years now. So them pipe the water from a place named Packy River So the water now is supposed to supply from, say, some area in a long road, go right down back Kensington, go down maybe down to Black Rock here. But the people them were off the main now get no water, like Ray Bridge.
Give me the name of the area. Just say again. I have to go to on the post.
The area is Manchonil.
Manchonil.
Yes.
And this is in
Darlingford Housing Scheme.
This is in which parish?
This is in Portland.
Okay, you said East Portland. All right, I've made a note of it, Carlton. All right, thank you. Let's see what we can get. And thank you for calling back. I'm up on a break. This is
Jamaican women break barriers, make history, and they
very much.
Yes,
Thank you.
and the technical support team, Mr. Orrit Clark, who is program manager with the health facilities under the Health System Strengthening Program. Good morning to you, Mr. Clark.
Good morning, Emily, and good morning, listeners also. Thanks.
Good to have both of you. Minister, over to you to start. Minister, are you there?
Hey,
Yes.
sorry. Right, so I'm actually in St. Ann now, just having a discussion with the regional board here, but at 2 o'clock this afternoon, Lime Hall Community Health Center will be adopted officially by the Rotary Central located in the Cayman Islands, believe it or not. This is a group, Rotarians, but are purely Jamaican dominated, and our Lime Hall facility is going to be adopted by them, as we have adopted several others. I think this is maybe the 55th adoption since the program started. So I'll be there, and that should be quite promising. That creates essentially a community-based involvement in these health facilities, which helps to bolster some of the demands or needs that they have. But yesterday, we continued with the health system strengthening. Orrit is on, who manages this process. We're really rolling out now a number of facilities. You may recall that in St. Catherine, the Spanish Town Hospital, St. Diego, Old Harbour, and Portmore, of approximately $11 billion worth of expenditure for those 4 facilities, both equipment and building, and that is currently happening. In another month or so, we'll be announcing award of contracts for 2 additional health centers in St. Ann, one in Clarendon, Maypen. But yesterday, we signed contracts with the design firm for 4 facilities, which would then take a while for those designs to be completed, and then we move to the process of build-out. So the program is now in full throttle, and what we're seeing now is operationalization of the plan, which will all go well for the citizens who benefit from these expansions.
Okay, good. So, Mr. Clark, what do you want to tell me?
Well, Mr. Shields, Minister has covered most of the things, but just to state that, yes, the program is in full throttle now, and as it relates to the facilities that we have signed contract for design yesterday in the amount of $72 million, we anticipate by the end of this financial year, we'll complete the design and costing for them, and we'll be moving on to the procurement process.
Okay.
We're anticipating to complete the program in its entirety by financial year 28-29.
And these are all under the Jamaica Health System Strengthening Program?
Yes, they are all under it.
Right.
And they will also be financed by the government of Jamaica.
Okay.
So for facilities in St. Catherine, they are financed through the IDB and the European Union. But all other facilities outside of St. Catherine will be financed from the government of Jamaica.
Okay, so the 72.6 million, Minister, for the 4 health facilities, we had the contract signing yesterday. That money, we've already seen that allocated in this year's budget, or will it travel over the period up to fiscal year 2028-29?
This should be allocated in this year's budget, as far as I understand, because this work through the public procurement process. The contract has been awarded, so the architectural firm will now be mobilized, and they have some benchmark achievements which will trigger further payments. So they're now actively engaged to begin right away with the design process and costing.
Okay, good. So those four, the four yesterday, you said are in what parishes?
They are in St. Anne,
yeah,
and in Clarendon.
Right. And then
so it's I can name them. They are the Maypen West Health Center, Moko Health Center in Northern Clarendon, St. Anne's Bay Health Center, and the St. Anne's Bay Regional Hospital. So there's one hospital and 3 health centers. And by the way, these facilities benefit also from electronic health records, because that's part of the program. So they will be fully digitized. So patients will be uploaded, stored in the cloud. You can move your file from one location to the next remotely. So it's an integrated approach, which hopefully will lead to better service levels.
Right. And then these 4 that we had the official contract signing for, on what basis were they chosen for contracts to be signed?
So in the initial design of the program, the clinical policy team, including the chief medical officer, as well as the project team, looked at the demographic layout of the respective areas. So there are 3 parishes, St. Anne, Clarendon, and St. Catherine, that are initially beneficiaries of the health system strengthening program. So it has to do with the disease profile, the pace of growth, the population concentration, and all of that combined allowed for a hospital and a series of health centers around those hospitals to benefit from both expansion, additional services, additional infrastructure, but also connectivity. So the hospitals in Maypen or in Clarendon are going to now be connected to Maypen Hospital. So a patient that moves from Moko to Maypen Hospital would not need to be having a second file or to carry their file, as the case may be, because that can be remotely identified. So that's a first phase. And then beyond that, we will build out to other parishes. But that was how the process has started or was designed initially.
Okay. All right. Let's just tell the listeners of before I get to the calls, Minister, this sort of standoff between NWC and the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation about reports concerning water. Have you been following it?
Well, I've been reading about it, and the Ministry of Health, the environmental health people were involved somewhat because they gave a report, yes.
What, from my understanding, public health inspectors do routine testing of water because of their mandate under the Public Health Act. Do you know whether the report that NWC shared some weeks ago with KSAMC, if it is one and the same report that the public health inspectors do, and which the overseer for that report is the chief medical officer? Do you know if it's the same report or is it a different report that NWC does?
I know that both NWC and our environmental health unit have the capacity to and do their testing. So NWC does testing from time to time or on an ongoing basis. And one can expect why, because they control the water mains and clearly they need it to meet a particular standard. But our health team also, they do testing. And in a number of occasions, of course, they collaborate around those testing. I would need to check to see whether that report that was the subject of the discussion was from one or the other, or a joint report, but
Yes.
both do testing and have the capacity to do testing.
Yes, I'd love the answer because I think the answer to that will lead, certainly for me, to greater clarity and coming to a conclusion on the appropriateness of what Minister Mathis Samuda has said will happen now. So just check for me if it is a public health inspector's report, which report they do pursuant to the Public Health Act and so forth, that was before the municipal corporation, or if it's a separate NWC report. Yeah, I'd love to.
Well, we have the health committee within the parishes
Yeah.
have to also be,
Yeah.
our public health team go before them and
Yeah.
we speak to any issues health.
Yes. And,
So
that is because of the Public Health Act that establishes a
Right.
central health committee and
Right,
has made
exactly.
the municipal corporation a local board which has particular remit by law. Yeah?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Right.
good. Yeah, let's get the clarity on that because we have to approach things with, certainly for me, I like clear thoughts on all of that. All right, let me go to a break, and when we come back from the break, we're going to start taking some calls and numbers. It's on from the mouth of the police. When I had the police on, the police didn't represent what's in the report. Having sent the report to the police after she came off the air, she's indicated to me that that statement is being recalled because the contents of it, they're not accurate. So the development on the issue concerning this man who was seen in a video stepping on the face of a nurse, the development is as you heard it here. The man is in custody and investigations continue. Let me take a break.
Open a deposit account in the JN Bank Savings Streams promotion and save monthly for a chance to win.
Technical support team, so let's come to you and see what questions you have today. 876-926-2178. Mrs. Fuller, who do we have there now? So this is 2178 is on? Hello, morning.
Hello.
Hi.
Good morning. Good morning.
Who is this, Bird Cup?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Yes, you have a question for the minister?
No. No.
Me knows you have no question for the minister. Call me back. Bye. 876-926-7615. Hello, morning.
Morning.
Hi, who is this?
Hi, Emily. This is Jay Clooney calling back to the minister.
Don't tell me you don't get through it, Miss Clooney.
Oh, no. I just want to call you back, Emily. I'm so disappointed. Very, very disappointed. Because it's so strange that every time I call, even through your program, just because I hang up sometime in 5 minutes, someone from the minister's office calls, and Emily, every time they call, I have to relate the story all over again to them. You know, it is so sad, and I mean, this lady is really suffering.
Right. And this is a lady minister with the letter. What's it called?
No, man, she's the lady from who was to get a replacement, the knee replacement in the University Hospital, and the doctors gave the wrong prescription. So she had to go back and get the help back from the ministry. So she had to give him back the 1.5 that she got before, hoping now to get the help, now to get the right replacement again.
Yes.
So my understanding on the issue is that the last time you called and I had spoken to them directly, they indicated that she was offered a sum, but it wasn't what she wanted. What she needed. And I'd asked them to review it to see if it's possible to give more. She had gotten some before, as I understand.
No, but she never used it, Minister. She got, I don't really want to talk her business on the phone, so how much she got. But she got something for the first one, which was fine. But then that replacement was a wrong replacement.
No, I hear you. And then she got an offer the second time around, but it wasn't.
It was lower than the first.
Much lower. It was even less. It was even less. It was almost like half of the first replacement.
Yes.
Right.
Minister, you know why I'm upset, and you know why I'm really disappointed about this matter, because when everything came up, it said it was going to go to the permanent secretary. The PS was going to deal with it, and then all of a sudden it was taken. It did not go up to the PS. It went to a committee meeting.
No,
I know it's because of the amount of money that they're asking for. But, why do you say it used to go to the PS and all of a sudden you just put it to a committee?
I think they have a policy around capping the amount, and it would have to have gone to the PS for special permission to get that amount. But I did indicate to them to have that conversation, so I'll find out exactly why they haven't.
Boy, Minister, being a former employee of the government, after working in the government for 50-something years, I'm very, very disappointed. Trying to get help for somebody who needs help is going almost into 3 years to just get help from the government to replace a knee replacement for somebody who is not, who's already having difficulty to walk.
Just bear in mind, though, that we get literally dozens of these requests every week, and everybody requires help, and sometimes the numbers, the dollar numbers are quite high, so it's not like it's just dealing with one case. But I empathize with the case, but I'm just saying that they literally get multiples of those cases every week from people all across the country.
Minister, I'm a justice of the peace and I also do social work, and I tell you, I know the needs of the people are very much. But my concern is that if you gave the amount first and you're not able to give the next amount, why don't just give her back that amount that was given before? Because she had to turn it in back. It was never used.
Yeah,
it was never used,
Well, that's why I'd asked them to explore the circumstances and the context around. But let me check on it again, all right, after I hang up, after the
I pray, I'm just really asking God to do something to, that somebody would have some empathy.
Yes.
Somebody would have some, as I hear,
God has empathy.
was just telling somebody in NHG about
grace,
about the love of Jesus. Yeah, man.
Yes.
That somebody will really move forward to help this lady, because she really needs it, Minister.
Yeah.
God bless you, and thank you so much for your time and your efforts. Thank you, Lady Emma.
Right.
God bless you too.
All right, take care.
Have a good day. Bye-bye. God bless you.
876-926-7615. I'm on to 8631 now. Morning.
Good morning.
Hi, who is this?
It's Clarendon.
Yes, Miss Clarendon.
How are you?
Very well, thank you. You call something with a question for the Minister of Health now?
Yes. Good morning, Mr. Minister.
Good morning. How are you?
Good and not good. I want to find out why that when we go to the health center, they're sending us to do some tests, which is good. I can afford it, the 10 and the 12,000 to do the mammogram, and I mean most of the tests they're sending us to do, it has to be on the road and not inside of the hospital that we used to get before. Why? MRI. For the pops in there fine, but for the mammogram and some other tests, one test I will have to go to Mandeville.
All right, so depending on which hospital you go to, because the hospital are ranked ABCs. So
I'm Mapen Health Center. I use Mapen Health Center and Mapen Hospital.
So Mapen Health Center wouldn't have a mammogram or a CT scan, for example. What I'm saying is that depending on the hospital you go to, so Mandeville Regional tends to serve that area, that catchment area. Is either you go to Mandeville Regional or you end up in Spanish Town for certain types of tests. Other types of tests, so a mammogram, for example, you have KPH, you have Cornwall Regional, you have UWI. We're trying to get a few more in the system. There was a time when there was none. But there's also the Cancer Society, and they have a relatively low rate charge. Some of the other tests.
Sorry, Mr. Minister. When I'm doing my mammogram, I go to the Cancer Society.
Right.
I mean, we have to. Or no, they're sending me. Most of the tests is at the private lab. People like me who have just a little bit in the job cannot, and other people, we cannot afford it, Mr. Minister. I'm telling you.
Well, first of all, you can't speak in generalities. Tell me the exact test, because we do hundreds of tests, and hundreds of tests are done in the public health system. In fact,
no, that's why I'm saying. You realize I said a mammogram.
Yeah, right.
I was sent to a private lab to do that.
So I was giving you the places where the mammogram is done. It's done at KPH. It's done at Cornwall. It's done at UWI. We normally tell people about Cancer Society, which is where you go. And then I can give you the place where CT scans are, but it's not in all hospitals. And the hospitals are designed where only some hospitals will have those equipment. But anyway, I hear you. And if you have a specific challenge with any of them, let us know, and we'll try and provide the information. All right?
Yeah. Because I have an MRI to do, and it has to be done private. I went and did the one that you look on the chest, and that is not being done in the hospital either.
Yeah, but Miss Clarendon, it comes back to the point. Every single thing takes a lot of money.
I know.
As much as we want a lot to be afforded in the public health system, we are literally building up to that. MRIs, do we have any public facilities offering MRIs, you said, Minister?
Yes, we have. We have about three or four.
KPH, which one?
KPH, Cornwall should have. They have an issue now with their UPS, but it's brand new.
Yes.
UHWI, which is, of course, semi-private, and I think there's one other. So there are at least three public health institutions with MRI.
Yes. So eventually we have to build out and offer more because the needs are great.
Yes.
Yes, I get it, Miss Clarendon.
If Mr. Minister, even if I can try to afford it, I mean, there are other people who are dying slowly because they can't afford. Not that I can, but I try. That is because I need to know what is going on in my body.
All right, so you're making a more general statement now. That's why I say you have to keep it specific, because there are other people who can't if they go through the compassionate fund to try to help them. But I get the point you're making, and as Emily says, we're building out. We're going to come with an announcement soon around leasing of equipment, which will populate more of the institutions with some of these things, because servicing them is also a big challenge.
I understand. Yeah, I do.
When we pay down the debt down to below 65% of GDP, Miss Clarendon, and more is available, then the country, every single one of us will benefit more. So it behoves us to keep the government on good economic track, whichever the government is, because dividends will be reaped. Yeah? Okay. But I hear you. Good to hear you. Call me back.
Yes, I need to talk to you, but I will have to call you at another time.
Bless you, bless you, bless you.
All right, good.
All right, 876-926-7615. This is the hotline. It's on the pulse. Hi, morning, 7615. Hi, who is there? 7615? Hello? Hello?
Good morning, Mrs.
Yes, Buster.
Minister.
Yes, sir.
You have to be punctual. You make me wait 2.5 hours Sunday. 2.5 Sunday. Right, sir? You didn't turn up and me get vexed, ask Franco. Right?
Hey.
You did what, sir?
I was waiting 2.5 hours at nurse home.
Next time, go to church.
Up on the top of Private Road, and you didn't turn up. It was 4 o'clock, and then you said 3, then 4 o'clock, I went away.
If you go to church, Jesus not disappoint you. What's the question?
No, Buster. Till Sunday, I was with the 209-year-old oldest citizen.
Yes.
Sunday.
Minister, yes. You told the council that 2 o'clock you would be there. 3 o'clock I was there. 3:45 I was there.
No, Buster. I never remember telling anybody 2 o'clock. I was there. I was there little after 3. But all right, I hear you.
Hello, Minister.
Talk about health, Buster. We can talk about the
Buster, hold on a second. Push the mouthpiece away from your mouth, because you're deaf me.
Okay, Mr. Shields.
Yes.
Minister.
Yes.
There is a saying that the past is a history, the future is mystery, and the present is now. No, Mr. Minister, if I go to St. Diego Farm Clinic, I want to do an X-ray. I can go straight across the Spanish Town Hospital and do it, because I had problem the 10th of January last year to do an X-ray, and then I have to get some. As a matter of fact, I even have to complain to Dr. Singh for the X-ray to be done. So what I'm saying now, sir, because the announcement the improvement at the hospital, if I go by St. Diego Pharmacy, the clinic, and have an X-ray done, there will be no problem to go across Spanish Town Hospital and get the X-ray done.
That is true. In fact, if you go to St. Diego and Spanish Town now, there's a whole heap of construction taking place.
No, I'm not talking the construction.
Hold on, let me finish. And the digitization of both institutions will mean just that. So if you go to St. Diego and they upload your information and they say you need an X-ray, you can actually go across to the hospital and get it. And they'll just bring up your file digitally, and serve you. And that's the intention. It will be one campus.
That was the problem. That was the problem, Mr. Minister. So I'm glad I set that up now, right?
All right, Pastor.
All right.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you so much. Yes. My ears eat grass. Minister,
Yes, ma'am.
I'm out of time.
All right, thank you. Have a good weekend.
All right, you too. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Dr. Christopher Tufton, Health and Wellness Minister, and Technical Support, Mr. Orit Clark, Program Man. You know, I saw a video, DT, one of them African something on Instagram, and the lady singing. And the lady have her mouth down on the microphone till all the lipstick come off on the microphone. Next time I see her, you know me I call her?
Don't swallow the mic.
Buster.
No, right. Swallow the phone.
Leg on the phone. Headlines time.
You're listening to Radio Jamaica 94 FM. We invite you now to stay tuned for the news.